Can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover. That's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it. That's gonna cover.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you. Coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas, this is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Thursday, February 5th. We're going to have a great sports betting day, I hope. We're going to have NBA, NHL, college basketball, as well as in preparation for Super Bowl 60, or as Gen Z likes to call it, Super Bowl LX. Here this Saturday, but right now, unfortunately, we've got to start this one off with breaking news. All right, unfortunate news really to start the morning off here out of the Winter Olympics, and we're not off to a good start in Milano Cortina here with the 2026 Women's Ice Hockey Tournament. Big news out of the hockey tournament so far. Yes, we did get the Olympics underway last night with Sweden defeating Germany 4-1 in the first game. Also, right now, first intermission, France and Italy tied at 1, and a little bit later it's going to be the United States taking on Czechia, and we'll have a prediction actually and a pick for that game. But unfortunately, this afternoon's contest here in the United States anyway, at 3:10 Eastern, 12:10 Pacific, between Canada and Finland has been postponed due to me like this. I don't know. Due to a norovirus outbreak among the Finnish players, as many as 10 players have taken ill with a stomach virus for Finland, and that's caused the first contest between the two teams to be postponed a week. And the game has been rescheduled to February 12th. The Finnish coach said Thursday that his players just aren't healthy enough, and if they went out there against Canada, they would possibly threaten getting the Canadian team ill as well. So if Finland were forced to play, they would have had just 10 players available because of the players that would be missing the game. So the next scheduled game for Finland is Saturday, so we'll see if they're going to be okay there. The quarterfinals will begin on February 13th and conclude the following day, and then the semifinals are taking place on the 16th, with the tournament wrapping up on February 19th. So it is going to be a bit of a I think they would call it here a condensed schedule a little bit for the teams. You're going to have to play more games in fewer days here, as hopefully the Finnish team will be okay there, and hopefully all the athletes will be okay. The uh, curling tournament seemed to get underway today without any situation, but just a interesting, bizarre story here right now at the Winter Olympics. Canada versus Finland postponed for 1 week. They'll put that game on the back end of the schedule. About to take the ice here shortly to resume play between France and Italy. 1-1 in that game. I have Italy picked there in that one. Hey, a little later on, Czechia and the U.S. I like the U.S. to rock Czechia in that game. They're laying plenty of goals here today. U.S. is -3.5, -25 there against Czechia, and I think they will be able to take down Czechia by more than 3.5. I like U.S. to rock in that one. All right, let's say hello to the folks, and we'll recap some of the action from yesterday here. Pretty good day on the show again, that's for sure. And let's say hello to the folks as we get started with our show. Nuke is here, and good morning. He's got it. Look, he's got Italy. He took Italy -1.5 there for big money, and he's got the U.S. in there. -3.5. Wow, what a +40. Let's go, Italy. Let's go. We got to step it up, Italy. Today, 1-1. They were down 1-0, and then got their first goal in the Germany game this morning. Germany opened up the scoring with a goal, and it was a power play goal, but it was all pretty much Sweden from there in the 4-1 victory in that one. Nuke's ready to go with a lot of college basketball. We're going to preview, I think, mostly mid-major games today. I don't know if I have a top game here on the big board anyway between the major conferences scheduled for preview. Nicholas Handy's here. Robert McCormick is here as well. Billy Eagle Flyer is joining us today. Jordy Fuentes in the chat. Greg is here. Greg, was it Greg that predicted that exact score yesterday? There with one of the hockey games? Was it the Avalanche and the Sharks game there, I'm thinking? And let's see, Philly Eagle Flyers got some soccer in there. And the Great is here this morning as well, getting us started. All right, and Greg says the Clippers are getting blown out by every team right now after what we saw there last night. Hey, we got to cover some of the action there with the trade deadline here today, and we'll see what's going to happen today as far as trades are concerned in the National Basketball Association. We did see more action there late last night with Kuminga. They did finally get Kuminga shipped out of there. The trade deadline today at 3 Eastern and noon Pacific. The Warriors were able to deal Kuminga overnight in a late deal. Came kind of almost feels like middle of the night in the East Coast, but the Warriors are trading Jonathan Kuminga and Buddy Hield to the Hawks for Kristaps Porzingis. You might be wondering, where's Porzingis fit into all that? You wonder if Porzingis could be shipped out elsewhere here, because right now, Golden State, Milwaukee, and the Lakers were talking a 3-team deal that would still send Antetokounmpo. The Warriors still want him. Joe Lacob wants him. The Warriors would have sent two number ones, Kuminga and Draymond Green, to the Bucks for Giannis, and then Milwaukee would trade Green to the Lakers for Dalton Connect. Now, you'd have to work around that without Kuminga in there, but could KP be that man that ends up going to Milwaukee in that deal? The Lakers and Miami are talking trade. Hachimura possibly for Wiggins. Memphis and Miami overnight trade talks could get Ja Morant finally sent down to the Miami Heat. Do the Heat really want him? Toronto and Sacramento trade talks continued for Domantas Sabonis. So Dallas and Washington, the big trade, 13 players and picks involved. Wizards get Anthony Davis to join Trey Young there. They also got D'Lo, Exum, and uh, uh, Jaden Ivey, I think it was, or Hardy, I think. The Mavs get two number ones, three number twos, Chris Middleton, A.J. Johnson, Malachi Branham, and Marvin Bagley, but most they bagged those picks, did the Mavericks. Here, Washington does inherit Davis's 2 years on the contract, 120 million, I think, there, and they have already traded for Young, so they're trying to pair those teams together. So give Washington some credit for trying to salvage something or get their franchise moving, but it doesn't feel like a very good combo, actually. I mean, they could probably run a great pick and roll here, but kind of dysfunctional with right now, that looks like to me, especially with Davis here. But at least Dallas was able to get rid of AD here. He just played 29 games for the Mavs, had five different injuries in 13 months with the team. Clippers, Toronto, and Brooklyn completed a trade that LA sent Chris Paul to the Raptors. They finally got rid of Chris Paul. You probably didn't even know he was still on the Clippers technically. Brooklyn gets Agbajai in there, and the Clippers just cleared some cap space. So the Clippers, they've got to get younger. The Clippers have to get younger, and we'll see if they can pull off one more trade there to get some youth in there, already trying to do so. Bulls, Charlotte, no KC trade. Chicago sends Kobe White, Mike Conley to Charlotte. A good move there for Charlotte, adding the veteran presence in Conley and a hot talent like White. The Bulls get Colin Sexton, Uzamain Dang, and three number twos, while the Thunder get injured center Mason Plumlee. Cleveland and Utah trade. The Cavs ship Ball to the Jazz for two number twos, but Ball's going to get released, and then we'll see where it doesn't feel like it's necessarily over for Ball. Could he end up possibly with his brother there in Charlotte, or could Ball be back with the Lakers possibly somewhere? Ball, you think he might end up with a club with a chance to go to the playoffs. Cleveland and Atlanta, they trade this one. Jock Landale moves to the Hawks, and Oklahoma City got Jared McClain from the Sixers for a number one and two number twos. Interesting deal there. So Oklahoma was able to get rid of some of those picks and ended up with a pretty good player in Jared McClain there. So, all right, Jackson Hayes is that one-game suspension we'll talk about tonight for wiping out that mascot on the floor. SGA is going to miss the rest of the first half of the season and the All-Star game, I believe, with an oblique injury. So some of the big news there out of the NBA. All right. Let's see who else is in the chat. We'll give a few more minutes here as we get ready for the Super Bowl this week. We did get news from the quarterbacks here. Sam Darnold took all those first-team reps. He's ready to go despite that oblique issue. Drake May, a little bit more limited with that right shoulder bruise. See if he can't increase his workload here coming up. Jets hired Frank Wright as offensive coordinator after they kicked my man Tanner Engstrand to the curb. Good luck to them with retread like Frank Reich. All right, and also the Kings. They won the bidding war for Artemi Panarin. They traded rookie Liam Greentree and a number 2 pick for Panarin. He signed a 2-year, $22 million extension after the deal. The Kings outbid the Ducks, Sharks, and Capitals for Panarin. Also, St. Louis dealt Bukestad for Bordelot with the Devils, and a number 1 and a number 4 as the team swapped centermen in there. Also, Golden Boy Gavin McKenna charged with felony assault and harassment last Saturday following the Penn State-Michigan State outdoor game at Beaver Stadium after 75,000 fans rocked Happy Valley there. But after the game, Gavin got into an incident. We don't really have all the details yet. It was probably another student. Was it a female student possibly on campus here? More to come with the story involving Gavin McKenna. All right, and they're underway in the golf here. You can get my golf picks this week over at winnable.com/Ramon. It's waste management week, and I've got my plays over at winnable.com, my top golfers here for this week. Look, you could take Scotty here if you want, 2.5 to 1 right in there. I still can't do it. They just started to tee off here right now. The first golfers are just getting out on the course, playing one hole so far. So my picks are live over there and ready to go over at winnable.com/Ramon. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off those premium pick packages. I got 7 golfers lined up, and what I've ended up doing there is just kind of recommending the without Scotty Scheffler markets. Yeah, you might put a little bit on with Scotty. I'm not saying that Scotty here, the course sets up pretty good for him, but probably rarely going to take a golfer at 2.5 to 1 unless it's a major there, because anything could happen with the motivations and of a non-major event here, especially on Super Bowl week. So go ahead and check me out over at winnable.com and use that promo code STEAM. I've got my top golfers out there here on Thursday. So check it out. I've got I also have a 300 to 1 shot in there. It's pretty live this week, and 7 golfers in total. Really just playing, some medium to long shots to try to hope that Scotty falters this week and someone else can kind of grab the win. So, hey, we did have a winner here overnight. Some winners overnight in the action here with, let me get the winners here from yesterday. I'm sorry about that. NBA premium pick winner last night, Clippers and Cleveland game to go under. We struck out late with the picks after starting very, very hot, actually. Had one women's pick also in the premiums, Nebraska and Michigan State. I think it was Nebraska and Michigan over 153.5. It went well over. And we swept our 4-game card to start off the night with Notre Dame and Louisville. Notre Dame plus 18.5 there against Louisville. We had St. Joe's over George Washington. We had the over in Fort Wayne and Youngstown, and also the under with Villanova and Seton Hall premium pick winners. Also, free winner yesterday to start the day, hung on there for the under, VMI and Wofford. So join me over there at winnable.com, and thanks to all the subscribers for re-upping with me. All right, and let's get a few more in the chat. We have about 2 dozen, so I think we can just kind of get ready here right now for the show. And let's see here. Greg lamenting Denver there. Twisted said, if you tailed me, I was rolling yesterday. He said, hey, everyone, like this video and subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube, fastest growing sports betting channel on YouTube. And you guys are reacting in there to the trade. Greg says, they gave, look at where the Dallas Mavericks ended up now. At least they got some of these picks out of the situation to kind of start working with their man, Cooper Flagg. So, Twisted, thank you for bringing your action here today for the NCAA. And what was Gavin thinking there, said Nuke. Philly Eagle Flyers got some action here as well. Greg says, are we betting on horses today? I love horse racing. It's tough. It's a tough draw. Now, I'm not one of those guys that goes complaining about the CAWs. Yes, it is unfortunate because it's a bad look for the fans, but, the odds are the odds, right? And the only reason that the late money comes in off those CAWs is to kind of get equitable on the markets. When you have maybe the public ignoring maybe a favorite or a horse that maybe should be a favorite, that's where the CAW money is coming at the last minute to get those odds back to, where they were. So guys like Portnoy, you say, boy, I had a horse that was 10 to 1, and by the time he left the gate, he was 2 to 1. Well, you know what? He was 2 to 1 on the morning line. So really, what were you expecting? You're not out handicapping the handicappers in thoroughbred racing. You're never going to do that. So I don't have a problem with that. But with 16% takeout, it's a tough game to beat. It's very, very enjoyable. However, I do love horse racing from way back in the day. I've spent so many summers at Del Mar. It's can't even count there, and also worked at Del Mar for 5 years in the TV truck doing the graphics when the horses are on the screen and the announcers saying, "Here's number 2, protesting American," or whatever, whatever the name of the horse is. And then I hit the button and the graphic would come up showing the name of the horse, hit the button and it would come off. And that was a pretty good job. Probably should have stayed with that job. All right, let's see here. Good morning to our Toms. But hey, I wouldn't be here with you guys if I didn't. So Eric Acevedo is here today as well, ready to be a moneymaker here. Hey, we did have some great wins yesterday. No, Greg, we got it here. I'm going to get the steam right now. In fact, hey, one of my golfers up there has a birdie here early on. Let's do it. I got Pearson Cootie, and he's off to a start here with a birdie, tied for first place. Stop the tournament. Yeah, let's get to, we'll roll off some of this steam here right now, but I do want to roll off some of the winners here for the morning steam show. Yesterday we had Appalachian State over South Alabama there yesterday. Morning steam winner here also under with Central Florida and Houston. We brought home that one as well. We had Furman and East Tennessee State over as a winner here on the morning steam show. A pretty good day for our morning steam winners, actually. Also, Texas A&M, they got the money. Yeah, we had Texas A&M in that game yesterday over Alabama. Alabama won 197, so they did get the big win there over Texas A&M, but A&M got the money. Alabama was struggling from three-point range and from the line. It was just the second loss of 12 games for hot Texas A&M. And look, Alabama's not going to go anywhere. We already said that no team that takes more threes than twos have ever won the national championship during the regular season, I mean. Also here, morning steam winners yesterday here in the National Hockey League. We had Boston and Florida over in that one. We had Montreal as a winner on the road here on the morning steam. We had the Columbus Blue Jackets. Yeah, we had the Blue Jackets here in the 4-0 shutout over Chicago. We also had Minnesota and Nashville over there yesterday. We had the St. Louis Blues on the puck line, but boy, what a wild game that was. Stars eventually got the win there, but the Blues did get the puck line. That's what we had. Also, Vegas Golden Knights on the puck line, winner here yesterday as well. And we wrapped it up with the Seattle Kraken against the LA Kings. So pretty good, 7-3 right there in the NHL. Also, NBA winners yesterday here on the morning steam. Minnesota and Toronto game to go over yesterday was a winner. We had the Boston Celtics over the Houston Rockets. We took the points, but they got it done with the win. We had the Spurs over the Thunder for a winner here yesterday. We had the Memphis Grizzlies as well there. So that was 4-3 in the NBA yesterday, so hopefully we'll get those today. This is the last day of the NHL. Before we go on the Olympic break, we'll preview all 7 games there, preview 8 in the NBA, and we'll preview, I believe, 7 on the college slate, mostly mid-majors. How about the big news last night with Portland over Gonzaga? The coach was on the scout team this week, playing the role of one of Gonzaga's most important players when he injured his knee. And it was a somewhat serious knee injury. Well, you know what? At least he did his job getting the team ready. How about the Portland Pilots with the win? Hey, Gonzaga led by 2 points early on, but it was Portland, baby. They couldn't miss from inside, 65%. Portland had lost 20 games in a row to Gonzaga. I sent out Gonzaga. I said this is a matchup that Gonzaga can win by 22 points. I thought they could actually cover the spread. They lost. 80, that's not good handicapping. 87-80. Portland with the win over Gonzaga last night. Gonzaga, their second loss of the season. Wow, Portland. What a moment. Also, Minnesota upset Michigan State. They stormed the court after snapping their 7-game losing streak. Also, Oklahoma State court storming against BYU last night. BYU has lost 4 of their last 5 after a 16-1 start. That big game, East Tennessee State beat Furman 75-71 in overtime after Furman led by 15 points there early. And Clemson over Stanford in a good one. Clemson 9-1 in the ACC. They're still they can still get Duke. They can still get them. They're 9-1 right now. Tulsa over FAU after FAU led by 7. Tulsa's won 7 in a row now. They're 20-3 and 8-2 in the AAC. FAU's lost 4 in a row. Now I think they're 6-5 all of a sudden in the American. And how about the Horizon League, you guys? If you guys would have just took the money line on every underdog in the Horizon League, you'd have went 5-0 there yesterday. Youngstown over Fort Wayne, Cleveland State over Oakland, Bobby Morris over Wright State, Green Bay over Northern Kentucky in overtime, and Detroit beat Milwaukee. 5 underdogs, outright winners there last night in the Horizon League, and Utah rocked New Mexico. I had New Mexico as a pick there in that game. A great job by Utah State keeping pace with my San Diego State Aztecs there for first place in the Mountain West. All right, hope that's a good look at the news coming up here, and we'll preview the games here right now when the hockey's underway. We've got golf, we've got some tennis action as well. I had some overnight tennis moves here as well last night. Just saw Alexandrova beat Alex Iala just a few moments ago. So she's out of there. But, hey, I got some matches coming up, too, right now. So check it out over at winnable.com for some tennis plays here overnight. Tennis plays still to come here right now over at winnable.com. All right, there it is. The steam is coming in. You asked for it, and you got it. And let's get a few steam plays out there anyway, because they're moving right now. Bakersfield and Irvine. Here's some steam to the under in this one between the Roadrunners and the Anteaters. Who do you think would win the mascot battle in that one? With Cal Irvine here, a pretty big favorite, but the steam here is on the under in the game between Bakersfield and Irvine right now. We're seeing that total down here too. I got to get some glasses like Mike. What do you think? I actually do wear glasses. I just don't have a current prescription. I'm just too lazy. I'm too lazy to go fork over $120, get some glasses, and it really doesn't bother me too much. But I feel like every time I lean over now to read these things, maybe the age is settling in. Here, this total is down to 143.5, down from an opener of as high as 146.5 in the match between Bakersfield and Irvine. Get this steam rolling here. Let's go through other plays that came in just as I was coming in on the air. I want to shout out Mikey Money for sending out Talon Greek Sport. He just beat PCB in straight sets. He had that one as a winnable on the win club there. So good job for Mikey Money. Arlington and Utah Tech took some steam to the under here. This looks really solid. I was on a show last night touting the under in that game. Arlington and Utah Tech. We'll still preview this game, give out a play on the side, but right now this total is down to 138 from a high of 140.5 between Arlington and Utah Tech. Some steam came into the under just as we were getting the show started. Also, West Virginia and Cincinnati, another game where I touted the under overnight, and it's just moved here recently. It got as high as 128.5, but we're seeing it down here right now to 127 or so. If you put two teams together and had to see if it would stay over under, I mean, you'd have to think under with these two. This one's down to 127.5 here at a few spots. So just an injury of note in that game that has just come in here within the last few minutes is Sean Abaya of West Virginia is going to be out of this game. So we did see this line dip down here to 127.5 from 128.5. Steam to the under, West Virginia and Cincinnati, but I was already calling for the under in that game. Cincinnati's got some guys out. All right. Also, here's steam that came in just as we were getting started. I think that might be it, actually, as far as the ones that we were just getting rolling here with our coverage here today. All right. Let's see here. I think that might be. Let me just see if anybody else is chiming in with us. I think Eric's got some plays in here. He's got Vermont in there anyway. Oh, Lemoyne, Vermont, and I think that's probably Wilmington. I'm going to say that's Wilmington, Eric. You can tell me if I'm wrong in there. And let's see here. Twisted had under in that Zags game. Portland, what a moment for Portland there. And just goes to show it's going to be another flame out for the Zags eventually, right? Eric also says Siena, Queens College, Long Beach State. Overrated, says Greg Gibson. AOD is here today. And Pistons, I think they made an improvement as well. And Greg says all these teams are overrated right now. There's more picks from Eric. Thank you to Eric. And Greg says, what was the final there in the Iona and Washington game there yesterday? I know I had Washington in that one, so I didn't really want to discuss it. But final there last night was 84-74 in favor of Iowa. There it is. Huskies lost by 10. All right. VAR is here today. And hello. Hey, there's Sharpie is ready to go. And boy, he can't wait here. We're going to roll out the bats and balls here in just a few days and get started with spring training. Boy, that's going to be awesome here. All right. I think that might be it. Finally, got a few dozen of you in here right now. So I think we can go ahead and start the show. We'll see if anything else comes our way as far as news is concerned. But we're ready to go here right now. And let's get to it. Starting the NBA here tonight. I think we've covered it all so far. And here we go. Brooklyn Nets, Orlando Magic, NBA action here on Thursday night to kick off the card in Orlando. Both teams coming in here off of a pair of losses recently. Here was Brooklyn with back-to-back losses against Detroit, and the Lakers really didn't come too close in those games, failing to cover the spread as underdogs. They were covering a few games before that for sure here for Orlando. They have consecutive losses against San Antonio and Oklahoma City on the road. Nothing wrong with that, but they didn't come close to covering in those games. But Brooklyn here has lost 9 of their last 10 coming in. They've lost 10 of their last 11 on the road. They've lost 8 straight to Orlando, including 6 straight on the road here at Orlando. Orlando's gone just 2-6. Straight up and against the spread in their last 8 games overall. Orlando's won 13 of their last 19 games at home. Coming into this one, Orlando's gone under in 5 of their last 7 games overall coming in. So let's see what you have here with the Nets taking on the Magic here tonight in Orlando. And, definitely can be cautious here with the trade deadline still coming. Moves are still coming as well. So you might even wait until after 3 p.m. to bet the games today. But, hey, I don't have that luxury here on the show. Agbaji for Brooklyn, maybe could get in there today. For Orlando, Franz Wagner, he is out of this game. And Cam Thomas, he's out currently for Brooklyn as well. Hey, there's some steam coming in here right now, just moments ago. here. We just got this one in here right now in the NBA in the game between Chicago and Toronto, a game where the injuries could be a factor, or I should say, maybe the traded players could be a factor. This one is moving lower here right now on some widely reported steam. The Bulls and the Raptors, and Italy has just scored a goal here with 4:43 to go in the second period to take the lead. The Italians have scored just moments ago. Let's go. One more for Nuke. All right. Anyways, this one has moved lower here to 225 right now between the Bulls and the Raptors. I was on a show last night touting the under. So a lot of unders that I touted now, they're getting steamed here today. No, it's just a coincidence, but all right. Let's see here. Just having a little bit. I want to get all these just in case. I want a big trade to happen when we're on the air, so I can do the breaking news banner and get all excited. I gotta make sure the tweet deck's up, you guys. What if the big trade happens right here on the show today? What if the Giannis trade goes down? I really thought it was going to happen during the game last night, but they're obviously trying to work something crazy out here right now. So, okay. Let me go to the chat in this one. Here we go. Trying to get the comments here. Here we go. I'm ready. I'm ready now. Okay. Greg says, Eric's got some plays in here. Here we go. Barr is on Brooklyn. Bobby Mack is on Brooklyn here. And the Gibson ratings has it right along the spread there. Oh, no. Gibson ratings going over there for sure. Although, let me see what I have the total at here. 214.5. Yeah. Definitely up to 214.5 or maybe even 215 here right now in this one. I was on a show last night touting the over, and it's continued to move over here obviously here this morning in this one. Brooklyn and Orlando here to start us off on the morning Steve show. And look, I have to probably agree, because you look at Orlando, they're still 13-21 against the spread as a favorite. They're not a great favorite here. These two teams did meet back about a month ago. Orlando won 104-103 as a 2.5-point favorite. They didn't get the money in that one. They also failed back in November in a 105-98 win at home by 13, but they were favored by 14.5 in that one. So the Nets have just had enough to get the money. Now, again, I think because of the scenarios a little bit with the injuries, maybe it does bring a little bit of hesitation here. I'm going to take the Brooklyn Nets, though, with you guys, plus the points in this one against Orlando. And R. Thompson is going to lay it with the Magic. Fernando's on the Nets here, and Nine Legacy's on the Nets. So pretty much a lot of Nets action in there, but R. Thompson standing pat with the Magic. Remember Pat of the Magic, the great general manager that they had before he passed away. I think, passed away a long time ago, right? All right, let's keep it moving here right now on the Morning Steam Show with the Wizards and the Pistons here. Action here for, man, this crypto, man. How much money have we lost here over the last couple of months of this crypto just every day? Hey, here, have another $100. Maybe because of that. Saw the El Salvador president, maybe because he sold all of his crypto and drove the price all down. Can't believe this Bitcoin at 69K right now. You'd think we'd have the balls to pull the trigger on it, but and I saw that Trump showing off those facilities that they meant that they uh, built to mine the Bitcoin. You'd think it'd go up, but hey, everything they touch, I guess, turns to a disaster. So, okay, here we go. Wizards and Pistons here right now in this one. You've got the Pistons favored by 14 and a half. Total here 226 and a half here in this one. Take a look, who's going to be here and ready for this game with the Wizards here. Hardy is questionable. D'Lo questionable as they're going to arrive on the scene. Trey Johnson is out with an ankle injury here. Cade Cunningham questionable here today. Possible that he could be resting. Toby Harris, he's questionable for the Pistons, and we'll see if Dario Saric and Kevin Huerter will get in there. It feels like the Pistons have made themselves even a little bit better with their trade, right, AOD? Let's see what you have in this one with the Wizards taking on the Pistons here today in Detroit. For Washington here, they've lost 11 of their last 14, but covered 6 of their last 9 right now coming in. Washington is just 1-4 straight up in their last 5 against Detroit. Detroit's won 5 of their last 6. They've won 6 of their last 7 at home. Detroit comes in here on a 3-game winning streak with wins over Golden State, Brooklyn, and Denver. Although they didn't cover that last game against the Nuggets, they've still been covering some spreads here for Washington. They're in off of a loss to the Knicks, getting 13. They got blowed out in that one. Washington just 9-14 against the spread on the road. Detroit 18-22 against the spread as a favorite. Not their best role here necessarily, but let's see what you've got here between the Wizards and the Pistons here on Thursday night. And another big spread, unfortunately, here between these two, huh? Detroit has gone under in 15 of their 26 home games. They're also 16-23 to the under as a favorite. Washington, meanwhile, they've been pretty much a steady proposition, as we mentioned there, as far as totals concerned, but they have gone over in 4 of their last 6. Detroit's gone under in 12 of their last 16, and the series has gone under in 13 of the last 19 games. But I'm going to take the over here in this one as my play. Give me the over in Washington and Detroit. I'm going to take the over here. I'm kind of going to buck the trends there, I think, a little bit in this one. Let me get your plays here with this matchup. Okay, here we go. And at AOD says Detroit basketball. Our Tom's on the Pistons here. Greg has it right there on the number, I think. Maybe a little bit of over there for Greg. 9 legacy on the Wizards here. Second period ends there in the matchup between Italy. 2-1, Italy leads there right now over France. Wizards going to get taken to the woodshed, I think, there. And here's Bobby Mack on the under. Greg says in the end it will be Detroit and the over here. Hey, UC Riverside's taking some steam here right now against Cal State Fullerton. They were getting 6, but the steam came in here on Riverside just moments ago, and there is the last game on the board tonight, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. It's down to 4.5 right now. Riverside taking the steam against Fullerton. All right, I'm on the over in that last one, and let's keep it moving right here, right now in the NBA. Greg says there's been a lot of blowouts lately for the Detroit Pistons and the New York Knicks. 2 teams heading to the postseason, looking good. Next up. All right, the Utah Jazz going to take on the Atlanta Hawks. NBA action here for Thursday night. These 2 teams have been affected by the trades as well. We did get just some late news here on that previous game between Washington and Detroit. Just in here within the last couple of minutes on that game, Jaden, let's see, Buksevich is out of this game for Washington. That just in. Tristan Buksevich is out for the Wizards. All right, one more move here. Bryant is taking some steam here right now against Albany. Bryant was a 1-point dog, but I think they're going to be a favorite here right now. They've just moved to a favorite at Circa. Bryant has taken the steam. They were a 1.5-point dog or so, but now they're a 1-point favorite. Bryant just took the steam. All right, let's go here. Utah and Atlanta. Hey, Utah won their last game to snap a losing streak. Utah was able to knock off Indiana 131 to 122 as a 3-point favorite, and that stopped a losing streak for the Utah Jazz. They had lost 6 in a row prior to that. Utah also just 1-5 straight up in their last 6 on the road, 2-5 against the spread in their last 7. Utah's gone 1-5 straight up in their last 6 against Atlanta. Atlanta's won and covered 5 of their last 7. They're coming in off of a win over Miami, 127 to 115 as a 1.5-point dog on the road. They had lost a couple in a row before that. Remember, they had won 3 straight, then lost 2, then 1 here to come into this one. Atlanta, though, continues to be pretty dismal favorite, just 8-15 against the spread for the Hawks. These two did play in their first meeting already this season, and it was 132 to 122. The Hawks won it at Atlanta. The Hawks won at Utah as a 1.5-point favorite back in mid-November. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Atlanta's gone under in 5 of their last 7 games at home. Let's hear from you in the chat with Utah and Atlanta today. And boy, it's just great to be down already a 16 with these stocks and cryptos. All right, let's go to your picks in the chat here right now with Utah and Atlanta here. Here we go. Gibson ratings here, 124, 119 Atlanta. Good morning to D Money in the chat. And let's look at the injury situation here, because I think we do have some JJJ news here in this one right now. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Okay, for Utah here, Love is questionable, but as far as the acquisitions are concerned, and let me go over the picks here too. With Fernando on the Jazz, 9 Legacy on the Jazz, R. Thompson's on the under here, D Money's on Utah, and Greg says Jackson will be able to make that game. Right now, I'm showing none of the players that have been acquired are going to be playing in tonight's game. Vince Williams apparently is out. Konkar is out. Sharon Jackson Jr. is out. Keontae George, not involved in a deal, but he's got an ankle injury here. And so they're going to be up against it here. Utah's going to be very, very short personnel, it feels like, here tonight in this one. They are getting here still 9.5 points. It was as high as 11, so the move has been on Utah here, but they're missing a lot of players here tonight. Greg says Utah could still steal this game. Robert's on the Hawks, so here in this one. And let's go, Italy. Come on. What's going on, Nuke? We need that next goal. Fernando here liking the over and maybe on the team total there a little bit here in this one. And for me, I'm going to take the over here as well. It's only been going up. I mean, I can't stomach the total here. Actually, bars on Utah, but let me see here. 243. Oh my goodness. That is, in fact, I'm showing 244.5 right now. Oh my gosh. I'm going to go over here in this one. We'll see. They're not going to have very many good defensive players out there tonight for Utah. I hope they can keep up their end of the deal here in this one. I'll go over here and let me update it. I've got to say it's at least 244, if not 244 and a half. Maybe those guys are in, and this is a false report because, wow, that is a big number here, especially if you're going to be really, I mean, if Atlanta had to go, if Utah had to go out there on the floor right now, I mean, I think I can. They'd probably have just 4 guys. It seems like to me. I mean, who would they really put out there right now as far as this game is concerned? I would imagine. Let's see here. I'm kind of maybe look at my player ratings a little bit. Let's see. Markkanen, Nurkic, Amari Bailey, Collier, Williams. So that might work. That might work. I mean, certainly Atlanta's going to have a field day here. Look, Atlanta's not great at blowing teams out, though. That's the problem. Like I said, 8-15 here. So maybe Utah can keep it within single digits. Let me cover this team here real quick. We'll keep it moving. Right now, Drexel and Campbell, the Dragons and the Camels here. We're seeing some steam here to the under in this one with Drexel and Campbell. It was 143.5. The steam's coming in here right now on the under. And it's down to 141.5 in that one between Drexel and Campbell. That just in here. Also, Bakersfield just took some steam in their matchup with UC Irvine. We already mentioned, I think, the steam went under there with Bakersfield and Irvine. Went from 146.5 to 143. But here's Bakersfield. They were getting 17 points or so, but steam move has come in here, knocking this one down to 15.5 between Bakersfield and Irvine. And also just moments ago, Abilene Christian took the steam in their matchup here tonight
steam playing
with Utah Valley. Abilene Christian was getting 13 points or so, but they just took the steam here, and now actually it was 13.5 down here to 12.5. Abilene Christian just took the steam. Also, you just heard it seconds ago. Denver and North Dakota. Caution here. The steam has just come in on the under in the game between Denver and North Dakota State. Steam to the under here in this one. Right now it's moved from 160.5, 161.5 or so, all the way down to 157.5. I only sound incredulous because I believe Denver is 17-3 to the over this season. I might have missed a game there just off the top of my head, but they've been the most massive over team here this season, although their unders have been basically 3 of the last 6 games. I think they were at 1 point 13-0 to the over there, but the under is taking the steam right now in Denver and North Dakota State. They're in that one. Okay, where do we stand here with you guys right now? Jazz and Hawks, any more comments here with this one? All right.
play.
All right. Let me squeeze this one here. Santa Barbara and Davis, steam to the over. Full disclosure, this is the pick, so I want to give it away right now. It was 146. It's up to 149 at Circa. My pick is on the over there in that one between Santa Barbara and UC Davis. I got to mention it now because the steam is coming in, so we'll just brush by that one a little bit when we get to it. Steam to the over. That's my pick. Santa Barbara and Davis. All right. Back to the action here with you guys right now with this game. Let's see. Greg says Utah is good getting the points. Yeah, they're 23-22 against the spread. And let's see here. That's a lot of points for Utah. Gibson ratings here by 13. WI says Hawks first half here. And Greg says it should be a blowout in this one. All right, next up. The Bulls and Raptors. 2 more. Real quick, here's a steam play coming in. Tarleton and Cal Baptist. Steam to the under here in this one with Tarleton State and Cal Baptist. It was 141.5. We're seeing a quick move here to 139.5 right now. 2-point move, it looks like, with Tarleton State and Baptist. Steam to the under. Okay, Bulls, Raptors here. NBA action for Thursday night. The Bulls come in here off of a pair of losses back-to-back here to Miami and Milwaukee. Remember, they had lost 2 out of 3 to Miami. They played 3 consecutive games. Toronto here, meanwhile, off of that win over Minnesota last night, a loss to Minnesota last night, 128-126 in a thriller, but the Raptors got the money plus 2.5 there in that one. Here, the Raptors are favored by 8.5. I might even be more right now. Let me see here. Yeah, we're seeing some 9s out there a little bit at a few books. Total here down to 225 or so. Now, look, this could be a situation for the Bulls here. They've got a bunch of guys they're going to have to try to get into this lineup as well. And Josh Giddey remains out right now. Trey Jones also out with a hamstring, and Dosunmu, he's out with a quad injury. So not only are these guys missing these players, but you have the acquired players here that are they going to be able to get to this game, especially in Toronto? Colin Sexton, questionable. Uzumane Dang, questionable. Simons, questionable. Jaden Ivey, questionable. Phillips is questionable with a wrist injury here right now. So just a lot of players missing here for Chicago, and Toronto's got a relatively clean bill of health here right now. So going to be tough, actually. Interestingly, the spread has, it did open as low as 6.5 here, so it is showing you that there is kind of somewhat a significant move on the Raptors here. Chicago's also lost 5 of their last 6 overall straight up and against the spread. They are 5-1 their last 6 against Toronto, 4-2 against the spread in those 6 games. Toronto's actually lost 4 of their last 5 at home to the number, also just 1-4 straight up in their last 5 games at home against Chicago. Toronto's gone under in 4 of their last 6 games coming into this one. Let's see what you have in this matchup with Chicago, shorthanded Chicago, it feels like, taking on Toronto here in this one. Can you still take Chicago here? Let's go to the chat. Okay, here, let's see. And Robert says he doesn't like which books are hanging the 10. Makes him think a little that might be a little sharp action there. Robert on the under here, 9 Legacy on the Raptors. And Greg says Chicago doesn't have too many, but maybe the spread's a little bit fishy. R. Thompson's on the under here in this one. All right. That number's getting pretty high up there, but I got to take the Raptors here in this one. I think the Bulls may be missing too many players. We'll see. I guess if they end up getting some of these guys in the lineup, I'll be paying the price there a little bit. But, man, you got to think this one's going to go much. I don't mind that under at all. All right. Hey, there's Stop Geo in the chat. Thank you to Stop Geo. Good to see you in the chat today with the chat All-Stars. There's a 4-team parlay for Greg right now. All right, next up. Hornets and Rockets. NBA action here Thursday night with the Hornets on the road here. The red hot Hornets, man. And, hey, they made some moves as well, but we'll see whether they get Kobe White and Mike Conley in here. 2 interesting guards here to add to their stable of guards. But, man, Mike Conley coming in, joining this young team, that sounds like a pretty good idea. Rockets here, DFS is questionable. Not much going on with them, but this one's kind of all about the Hornets. It feels like with this great winning streak here right now. Great job going for the Hornets here. Charlotte has won 7 straight games right now coming in. They're just 4-1 against the spread in their last 5. Charlotte's gone under in 4 of their last 5 as well. Charlotte is just 1-4 in their last 5 games against Houston. Houston just 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 games overall. Houston that was the fastest intermission. Is it me or they have a 5-minute intermission? Houston's won 8 of their last 11 overall coming in. They've gone under in 6 of their last 7, and there's the Italy goal. Just 15 seconds in to take a 3-1 lead right there, right now. Houston's gone under in 5 straight games. Charlotte's gone under in 4 of their last 5 games coming into this one. Charlotte's not only playing well, they're a great cover. 23-15 as an underdog ATS, 16-11 ATS on the road. Meanwhile, we know Houston's not a great cover despite their 31-18 record. They're just 8-14 against the spread at home and 19-26 against the spread as a favorite here. So what do you think in this one with Charlotte taking on Houston tonight here on a Thursday? Just a 3-point spread here and there right now. I think it's actually gone down to 3, and I'm showing even some 2.5s out there. That's how hot this Charlotte team is. The spread is moving. And the total here, I've got to update this. This is way stale here right now. This total is 216.5. So maybe it is a point lower or so here right now, and very low total. Widely reported steam did come in. I mean, why wouldn't it be? I mean, these two teams are sure under teams. Houston here, 7-15 to the under at home. Charlotte, 14-24 to the under as an underdog. Final. So see what you got in this one. Let me go to the chat here with the Hornets and the Rockets on Thursday night. Can these Hornets keep it up? All right. Rockets here for Barr, though. Dougie says that spread looks short. And Greg says, Houston is coming off that loss yesterday to Boston, 114-93. They got clubbed in that game. 9 Legacy likes the Rockets on the spread. Robert says go over in this one. Charlotte's off of a 102-95 win over New Orleans last time out. And, yeah, they're a little bit fresher there, huh? And our Tomps is on the Hornets. I'm going to take the Hornets as well here. Man, these guys are on fire, and they've really improved there. All right. Hey, Stop Geo's happy with the move that the Tigers made. Greg says spread's too low. Take Charlotte. Saw some other MLB moves there yesterday. Didn't really cover those too much, but I'm trying to think of what we saw. But, getting Valdez there to team up, that's going to make for a dynamic duo, certainly. And I don't know, 3 years, $115 million, $38 million a year there. That sounds pretty good for Framber. 81-52 in his career. The Orioles wanted him, the Blue Jays wanted him, but the Tigers got Framber there, and a great call there says Stop Geo. Also, Stop Geo, man, my heart's out to one of my favorite pitchers growing up. Mickey Lolich passed away, 85 years old. He's at the end of his career by the time I was figuring out what baseball was all about, but everybody remembers his incredible performance in the 1968 World Series. 3 wins against the Cardinals, outdueling Bob Gibson. So man, he pitched 16 years in the major leagues. All right, Dougie says the Hornets spot. And they are a deep team now, the Hornets. What a job they've done, huh? I'll take them here. All right, next up. Oh boy, we got a good one. I know Dallas is struggling, but these guys are almost must watch
Final.
For a team that isn't playing very well because of the let me get rid of that period in there. Because of Cooper Flagg's awesome play here. That's what I meant to say. Here we go. Spurs and Mavericks here in this one. Spurs have won a couple in a row here right now with wins over OKC and Orlando. Covered the spread in both of those games. Dallas, meanwhile, they're terrific covering the spread. They just can't win these games. They did not cover last night in the game against Boston, despite another great performance by Cooper Flagg. Every night is another great performance for this guy. They're losing some games here right now, no doubt about it. They've lost 5 in a row, but they are 6-3 against the spread in their last 9 games overall coming in. San Antonio here, 7-3 straight up in their last 10, 4-2 against the spread in their last 6 games overall. Dallas has covered 8 of the last 12 meetings between these two teams. San Antonio's gone under in 15 of their last 17 coming in. Dallas has gone under in 4 of their last 5, and 11 of the last 15 meetings between these two teams have gone under. And there's a goal for Italy. That's got to make Nuke feel comfortable now at the 3-goal lead, laying a goal and a half. Italy on the way to victory here, looks like, over France in this one. And then right after that USA game is going to be starting here. Maybe that's why they had the short intermission. They got to get the US. It's in the same arena. I think it is, right? So for San Antonio here, Waters is questionable. Sohan still questionable. Olenek questionable. Dylan Harper questionable. Spurs are going to be missing some guys here. Despite being this road favorite it is down to 6.5 right now. But probably update that line a little bit. Total here, 228.5 still, but that line has moved probably on some of the personnel here related for Dallas here. Meanwhile, they're gonna have to figure out who they've got coming in tonight. Maybe they're the shorthanded team here right now. It feels like. Gafford questionable with an ankle injury, but now all these other new players, who's going to be in here, if any? Middleton questionable, Johnson questionable, Branham questionable, Bagley questionable. We mentioned all those guys. Brandon Williams also questionable with a leg injury. PJ Washington's out with a concussion. So Dallas is missing plenty of guys here as well. The widely reported steam did come in on the Spurs. I think I'm getting a discount now. Give me the Spurs in this one. Over Dallas. I'm going to lay it on the road. Yeah, the Spurs did play last night and beat OKC again, so they could be off of a little bit of a high here. But Dallas, obviously, like I said, that loss to the Celtics the other night. I'm going to take Spurs. I'm going to take the Spurs to win. Let's see what you got here. Just lamenting all these the stocks going down here, these cryptos going down. We got to win. We got to win tonight. Okay, here we go. Dallas spot, says Dougie Wise. They're due. R. Thompson's on Dallas plus the points. 9 Legacy Spurs with me. Greg Gibson ratings here, 118 to 111. That's a big time under there, isn't it? In fact, I'm going to update this total. No, 228.5. That's right on. Dallas in the over, says Greg. Greg Gibson says Spurs will win by 7. Bobby Mack on the Spurs. All right. Get the yawns out. All right. Next up, Warriors and Suns. NBA action here for Thursday night. Suns are favored in this one by 6, and the total here 214.5. Here in this one, man, this one's taken a big time dive, hasn't it? Ooh, this one's all the way down here. This one opened as high as 221.5. Here, the send out anyway. We know the injury situations here are big, so let's cover it with the Warriors here and Curry. Curry is out of this game still with that knee injury right now. Kuminga obviously has been dealt, and so they'll, let's see if they can get get the players in here to see, obviously, I don't think KP is going to make it in for this one, but they lose here. Obviously, healed as well, another shooter, so that hurts scoring here. Booker is out for Phoenix, so you can see why this one is dropped so severely here. It feels like in the Golden State and Portland game, there's a penalty on Italy right now, and France is going to have a power play. For Golden State here, they've lost 5 of their last 7 overall and against the spread. Golden State just 4-11 against the spread in their last 15 games against Phoenix. Warriors have gone over in 7 of their last 10. Phoenix here 12-6 ATS in their last 18 games overall. Oh, both teams have a player in the penalty box, a little fisticuffs between the ladies. Oh, man. Hope they weren't pulling their hair. Phoenix 9-2 straight up in their last 11 at home, 4-1 straight up in their last 5. Phoenix has gone 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 games against the Warriors, and obviously they're a pretty big favorite here at 6. But man, that total's been dropping big time. Let's see what you guys have here in this one between Golden State and Phoenix. Hey, I'm going to take the under here before it goes too much lower. It might even go lower in this one. Give me the under tonight. Golden State and Phoenix already no value left. You could have had 219. I didn't even take 219. What was I thinking there? I'm stuck here with a 214.5. Doesn't feel like the best line here, but I'm going to take the under on the morning steam show. All right, let's see here. Spread was 7. I sure hope so, 9 Legacy. I'm scared to get by anymore. I just want it to come back to where it was. Hey, we do have one bit of NBA news. It doesn't look like it's official yet, so let's see if we can't get in front of this one. The Lakers are nearing a deal that will send Greg Gibson. Greg Gibson, you're traded. Gabe Vincent. They'll be dealt to Atlanta. We don't know what the Lakers are going to get back, but they're ready to deal Vincent to Atlanta here. I would imagine it might not even be for personnel here. We'll see what goes on there, but does feel It does feel like Gabe Vincent could be headed to the Hawks here. That just in fact, it is official right now. This just coming in to us here. The Lakers will acquire Luke Kennard from the Atlanta Hawks. This trade just reported seconds ago. It will be Gabe Vincent to Atlanta for Luke Kennard. Hey, I got to make it sound exciting. It might be the only one they get, the only trade we get. They couldn't trade Bronny. They couldn't trade LeBron here. So also the Lakers are trading Vincent and a 2032 second round pick, 2032, 6 years from now, for Luke Kennard right now. So that just in. Lakers are having to kind of drag Gabe Vincent to the airport. So Lakers add some shooting and get rid of what has been a failure there pretty much with Gabe Vincent. All right, Doug says, is sleepy spot for the Suns here. Gibson rating says 110 to 105. Phoenix. Phoenix will win by 5 here. Our Tom says Suns under. And right, you know what I like? You know what I invested in? When I bought that Trump coin, I figured, man, this guy is supposed to be the greatest president of all time. You know, these meme coins. So, you know, I bought that Trump coin back when it was like $19. It's worth $3.60 right now. Trump has made totally cost me about $600 there, I think, with that meme coin. Thanks a lot. All right, let's see here. Robert's on the under here. And Dougie likes to play, likes it for the Lakers there. Lost that draft capital 6 years away. And will the Lakers get Draymond? That's what I'm wondering. Suns money line for Jordy. And Greg said Sixers made a decent trade with the Thunder, didn't they? Wow. You like the Sixers trade with that one, huh? I thought I liked it for the Thunder. I mean, I love that player they got. Okay. And Dougie says Lakers don't draft anyways. All right. What did I do? I took the under there in that one. One more in the NBA. So look, the NBA a little bit, you know, yeah, we're taking it easy here a little bit. We might not even have the. We saw one game yesterday, right? The spread was 2 and ended up the other way. Remember what game was that? It ended up like -7 the other way. That was the game between Oklahoma City and. It looked like a genius when we took San Antonio +2 here on the morning steam show. It ended up going to San Antonio -9.5 in that game. Okay, here we go with the 76ers and the Lakers. I don't think the spread's moving. Although the total did just go up here at Bovada to 234 right now. I'll call it 233.5 maybe. Here in this one. I don't know why it's going up. I mean, I think I know why it's going up with these two teams here, but I don't know if this is going to be tonight. I mean, the Sixers are so hot here. We did see Joel Embiid overnight. He was downgraded to questionable. It looked like he was going to play in this game, but I'm not sure he's going to right now. Jackson Hayes will serve that suspension. Bronny James probable, but Hayes will serve that 1-game suspension for knocking over the Wizards mascot G Wiz. There he knocked him right into the cheerleaders and sent people sprawling and ended up getting a 1-game suspension. Didn't get too much of a penalty for when he had that violent incident with his girlfriend in that grainy video that we saw last year. But you know what? Knock the mascot over in your head. Remember when Randall Simon of the Pirates they were running the sausage race, and Randall Simon hit one of the sausages, the Vienna sausage, I think, with the bat and knocked him over. He only got fined. He didn't really hit him that hard, but hey, you know, it's just a fan in there, okay? So, all right. Hey, some steam came in. Stetson and Bellarmine under 149. Steam came in there in the matchup between Stetson and Bellarmine. It was 150, but did go down there too. 147. Man, that thing moved about 3 points for sure, maybe even 4. It was 151. Steam came in there, Stetson and Bellarmine, while I was talking about some other stuff here. Also, yeah, that's it. Okay, I think I'm on the under here in this one. It's gone up to 233 or so. I'll take the under in this one between the Sixers and the Lakers here tonight. I'll get your plays and then we'll move on. Like I said, definitely a sketchy card. No problem here. You want to take the night off or something. That I don't have that luxury. I can figure this out. Greg says Toronto got Chris Paul. Yep. All right. Lakers got offensive firepower. Right, Dougie. I mean, Kennard. I mean, he's number one in the league in 3-point shooting, right? And what do the Lakers kind of need? Dougie says Reeves is back. Robert's on the over here in this one. Uh-oh, I just went under. And will the Lakers be the next team to lose to those Sixers? Man, Sixers have been totally hot here right now with a 5-game winning streak. They're 4-1 against the spread in those 5 games. Phillies won 11 of the last 15 against the Lakers, going 12-6 ATS in the last 18. Lakers have won and covered 6 of their last 9, although they've gone under in 6 of their last 9 games overall, and the 4 of the last 6 meetings have gone under. I'm going to go under. Okay, that's it for the NBA. Just got to deal with what we can deal with. Let's go to the colleges here right now, and look, it's going to be, I think, almost all mid-major action where we have some battles at the top of the standings a little bit in some of these conferences. So hopefully that'll be okay for today anyway. Let's get to it. Hey, the Mercer Bears is going to take on Chattanooga Mocs here. College basketball action for Thursday. And let's get into it here. Oops, where's my... Okay, there we go. There we go. Mercer Bears and Chattanooga Mocs here. Action for Thursday here in this one. We got Mercer, a 4-point favorite on the road. Chattanooga's lost 4 straight games, coming in with losses to Furman, Wofford, Samford, and East Tennessee. So, the Chattanooga Mocs are struggling here a little bit right now. They're just 9-11 against the spread overall, 9-14 straight up. They've also lost 5 of their 10 home games so far this season. You take a look right now at the standings in the Southern Conference. Mercer is just a game and a half back of East Tennessee. Chattanooga is 3-7 here right now, but Mercer needs the win to keep pace. East Tennessee's in first. Wofford is in second. Mercer's in third. Mercer is one of the best spread teams in the country. They are 16-4 against the spread this season, 15-8 straight up. Mercer's 9-2 against the spread as a favorite, 9-3 against the spread on the road. They've really been clicking here, have the Mercer Bears taking care of business. Mercer has not played Chattanooga yet this year. Chattanooga kind of owns the series. Mercer is just 1-5-1 against the spread in the last 7 against Chattanooga. Mercer's won 7 of their last 8 coming in. Their only loss was to Wofford in the last 8 games. Mercer is 14-3 ATS in their last 17. They've gone over in 4 of their last 5. Chattanooga is 5-2 ATS in their last 7. They've gone under in 5 of their last 6 games. And the total's gone over in 12 of the last 17 meetings between these two teams overall. So I just picked this one because Mercer's got to try to keep pace here right now. Chattanooga, not a great record, but the spread seems somewhat manageable here. It's 4 and 155. So let's see if you have anything here in this one with Mercer taking on Chattanooga. See some 4.5s out there as well right now. But I think for me, I'm going to actually take the over in this one at 155. Let's look at the trends here. You got to think that Mercer is probably the side here, but I'm going to go over in this one. Look, Chattanooga is 1-5 to the under at home, but Mercer is 7-4 to the over as a favorite. And give me the over here in this one. Go to the chat, see what you got here. Greg Gibson here. He's on Mercer there, I think. Mercer in the under. D Money's on Mercer. 9 Legacy likes Mercer as well. Also here, 4 is too low, says Greg. Robert's on the under here in this one. Oh, Robert and I usually right on, but we're kind of not on today with each other here. Looks like we got a penalty in the hockey game. All right, I think that's it for that one. I'll take the over in Mercer and Chattanooga tonight. Is it a boarding penalty? Next up, let's go to the MAAC with Iona taking on Siena here. College basketball action for Thursday night. Siena's in second place right now, just 1 game back of first place Merrimack. Iona is 6-6, 14-9 overall. CJ Anthony and the Gales here taking on the great combo of Doty and Schotz. Say that 3 times fast. Got Siena here favored in this one by 7.5. The total here is 140 in this one between Iona and Siena here. MAAC big game here right now for, like I said, for the Siena Saints. For Siena here, they come in right now on a winning streak. They're 16-7 overall coming in, and that streak has really propelled them up the charts here, right next to first place. Siena's won 5 straight, covering 4 of the last 5. Iona has won 6 straight meetings against Siena, but we know Iona's a little bit down right now. They're still 14-9 overall and have won 2 of their last 3, covering those against Merrimack and Manhattan before losing to Fairfield 71-70 at home as a 2.5-point favorite. Iona's 7-3 against the spread as an underdog. Siena's 12-8 against the spread as a favorite. 11 of the last 15 meetings between these two teams have gone under, and these two teams right now are big time unders this season as well. Iona's gone under in 10 straight games. Siena's gone under in 13 of 20 is a favorite. They're 3-7 to the under at home. Iona's gone under in 6 of their last 7 on the road. They're 3-7 to the under as a favorite. They've been going under big time, but that total really hasn't moved too much here. Still at 140 or so. So let's see here what you got with Iona and Siena in this one. I mean, I might just take the under. Look, it was as high as 142, I think. Circa was 142 at one point. In fact, they're the only book that is hanging out a little bit higher, which is always a bit of a concern. But actually, they're down here to 140 right now. So let's see what you've got in this one. Probably just double down. I'm going to take the under here in this one with Iona and Siena. It seems like a hardcore under right now. These two teams met back on the 2nd of January. It was 75-72 in favor of Iona. They were a 1.5-point favorite in that one. Even though it went over this number at 147, it was 148.5 the total in that game. It did stay under in that game. The game here at Siena last year did go to 147 and a 74-73 win for Iona. They were a dog in that one, but the total was 136 on that day, and it did go over, obviously. Let's go to the chat right now, see what we got here. Robert's on Siena here. Nuke is ready to go, ready to win this one. And Greg here says Siena by 9. Burnt Sienna. 9 Legacy likes Iona. Robert's on the under here in this one. Dimitri is here today. Hi, Dimitri's on Iona and the under. Greg says it'll be Sienna and the over. Too many points. Just take the under, says Twisted. Iona should be laying more, he says, or laying only. I think he means Sienna, but still, I think he's saying the spread should be lower. And Greg said it is a revenge spot for Sienna. All right, yeah, just 2 minutes left in the game here. Italy's going to win this one, and then we're off to the U.S. In fact, that game right now is no score. They are playing in another arena, so skip on over the U.S. game right now. No score in that game between Czechia and the U.S. Okay, here we go. Next up. Oh, man, I'm having some problems here with the graphics today. Okay, let's go to the Coastal here with William and Mary taking on Wilmington in this one. Over in the Coastal right now, you've got Wilmington 8-1 in first place, just a half a game ahead of Charleston. Charleston takes on last place North Carolina A&T, and you have Wilmington here against a William and Mary team that comes in 5-5. They're 14-8 overall coming into this one. For William and Mary here, they are 14-8. They've lost 2 straight with losses to Elon and Campbell. Wilmington, meanwhile, has won 2 straight with wins over Towson and Hampton. So that's helped propel them to the top of the standings. And William and Mary, which was seemingly in contention there for a while, they've kind of faded off a little bit. They're still a pretty good cover, no doubt about it. Wilmington 13-7 against the spread overall, 5-2 against the spread as an underdog. Wilmington 8-12 against the spread overall, and 7-10 against the spread as a favorite. So maybe William and Mary hangs in here. The current line shows there 4.5, and the total here is up to 157 here right now.
Final.
On some, let's see what you got here. Let me update it. 157.5 maybe right now. So this one has been moving kind of all over the place a little bit. Let's see what you got here in this one between William and Mary taking on NC Wilmington here tonight. Wilmington is 12-8 to the over this season, although 3-7 to the under at home. William and Mary is 9-11 to the under so far. These two teams met a few weeks ago, and it was William and Mary winning 77-70 as a 2.5-point favorite. That actually stopped a losing streak overall to Wilmington. Wilmington had been taking care of business in this series, but William and Mary finally got a win in the series last time out. William and Mary comes in having won 12 of their last 16, but they've gone just 2-6 against the spread in their last 8. They've also lost. They had beaten. Wilmington had won 4 straight games before William and Mary won the last one. William and Mary's dropped 5 straight on the road. Wilmington has won 9 of their last 10, but gone just 3-9-1 against the spread in their last 13, usually laying too many points. Wilmington's gone over in 5 of their last 6. 12 of the last 18 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Let's see what you have in this one between Wilmington and William and Mary here. Action on Thursday. I'll go to the chat. Wilmington for Twisted, says Lay It. VAR is on Wilmington here. James Parham is on Wilmington. Lots of action here on Wilmington. Look at this. Greg likes Wilmington as well. Revenge spot, home court advantage for Wilmington in that game. Wilmington on the spread. He's also on the over, says 9 Legacy. Greg says payback here for Wilmington. Oh, boy. All right, you guys are liking Wilmington. Look, William and Mary's been the better cover team for sure, but we know Wilmington trying to keep pace there in the top of the standings here. I'm going under in this one. Maybe it's not the best of the line. It was 159.5, but give me the under here with Wilmington and William and Mary here tonight. Okay. Twisted, don't worry. I'm on one. Don't worry, I'm Twisted. I'm on the other side. So go ahead and roll with the public and go ahead and roll with everybody in the chat there. All right, but my official pick here is on the under. Okay. Hey, let's get to some added board action here for one of the games anyway. I think this was the only one of the added board that felt like had a real impact on the top of the standings in their particular conference here. So let's get into it here right now and head on out to this one between Lowell and NJIT in this one. Lowell comes in here 4-4, but NJIT is in a 3-way tie for first place with Vermont and UMBC right now. So I think we did just see some steam in one of those games here. Also want to report some steam coming in here right now. I know I went with the over in the Wizards and the Pistons, but the steam is coming in right now on the under in that game between the Wizards and the Pistons. That just in, steam to the under here. It was 227, right, when we were talking about it. It's down to 225 here right now in that one.
Final.
Italy did beat France 4-1. Good job, Nuke. 4-1 parlay there for Nuke. All right, Nuke. Hopefully he's still with us celebrating. Okay, let me go here with Lowell taking on NJIT, last of the 7 o'clock games here anyway. Lowell is 9-14 overall. They did just snap a losing streak last time out with a win, 91-77 over Maine. They easily covered 4.5. NJIT comes in here, winners of 2 straight, winning and covering against Albany in an upset there. Actually, I just should say win. They beat Albany on the road. They beat Vermont on the road. This is part of it here from what we've seen with NJIT here right now. So let's see how you have this one with this matchup. But in fact, I got to move this one. I think we're seeing a move here right now on NJIT. They're up to a 2-point favorite, it looks like here, even 2.5. Look, I'm on NJIT. I better get on them right now. This is moving here on some widely reported steam. Total 148.5. Give me NJIT in this one. I'm going to take the Highland. They're the Highlanders here. Give me NJIT in this one over Massachusetts Lowell, now laying 2.5. In this one. These two teams did meet on January 15th, and it was who won that one? I'm trying to remember. NJIT, 73-64. NJIT got the win. They were actually an 8.5-point underdog in that game. So they're playing pretty well. They're taking the steam here right now, and I've got the Highlanders of NJIT here in this one. See what you have in the chat. See if I picked a good game here to look at with this conference anyway. Like I said, does feel like it has a little bit of significance here in this matchup with NJIT right there battling in the conference standings. Let's go to the chat with Lowell here for VAR. Greg says NJIT wins it here. Twisted says Lowell with an upset or an outright win. NJIT in the under for Greg. Oh, okay, they're right, Nuke. It is. You did have the U.S. I was thinking of that other game because I had last night. I was on a show and I gave out Sweden. Sweden minus 1.5. Also, for the free subscribers out there, we did send out Italy as a play. We went with it. We had a play on the opening night of the Olympics here. Okay, maybe Lowell for Twisted. 73-64. Thank you. Yep. Nuke had the Italy there, obviously, with that cruising against France there. Okay, I'll take NJIT in this one. I've got a few more. We're not done in the mid-major previews here today. Look, there's some good games you could look at, but look, West Virginia and Cincinnati, hey, close matchup. Maybe not a great game there right now with what's going on there. Also, Ohio State and Maryland. Maryland's 1-9 or something like that in the Big Ten. Memphis and UAB. Memphis is having their worst season in a while, so I'd rather look at some teams trying to battle it out. And I know you guys would too, trying to battle it out for the top of their leagues, even though we know it doesn't mean anything because of the conference tournaments, but still, winning a title is still big. Okay, here we go. Let's go to the Big Sky here with the Idaho Vandals taking on Montana State in this one. How about, I don't know if you guys caught it, but you guys are FCS fans like I am, especially one of my favorite programs, Montana Grizzlies, not to be confused with Montana State Bobcats here, but legendary coach Bobby Hauck retired from coaching at Montana. He was 151 and 43 in his career with the Grizzlies, built them into a power, won 21 playoff games. His quote was, "It's just no longer fun anymore," because of he's one of those not a real big fan of paying the player. They got to do it at Montana too. They got to do it at Montana, believe it or not. Okay, but Montana State here taking on Idaho here tonight in Big Sky play. Right now, Montana State 7-3, 2 games behind Portland. Idaho is 5-4 coming into this one, so just a good game here. And Montana State still breathing. They're tied actually with Montana at 7-3 for second place in the conference right now. So, see what you think here with this one with Montana State. Favored by 3, maybe 2.5 here right now, 147.5 here in this one. For Idaho, they do come in off of a win last time out over NAU, 79-62 as a 5.5-point favorite. Before that, they lost to Northern Colorado and to Portland State. Idaho is just 2-4 against the spread as an underdog. Montana State comes in here with a 12-8 record. They're also 7-5, 12-8 against the spread. They're also 7-5 against the spread as a favorite. So, we've got a goal here right now in this one in the USA game here. Wow, USA with a goal for a 1-0 lead on a little deflection of a slap shot there for Team USA. All right, Montana comes in having won 8 of their last 10 overall. They're 4-1 straight up in their last 5. Eastern Washington just 3-10 straight up in their last 13. Also, Eastern Washington 8-4 ATS in their last 12 against the Grizz, and they've won 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams. Idaho's 6-13 to the under this season, but Montana State is 8-4 to the over as a favorite. These two teams met about a little less than a month ago, and Idaho won it 92-89 as a 1.5-point favorite at home there in that one. So let's see what you have here with Idaho taking on Montana State tonight in big Big Sky country, Big Sky play here tonight between Idaho and Montana State. I'm taking the Bobcats here over Idaho tonight. Give me Montana State to win and cover, lay 3.5. I'll call it 3.5 right now. I think it is pretty much 3.5 everywhere. Total could be 147.5 here, but I'm not going to get into the total in this one. Let's go to the chat. Big Sky action here. 9 Legacy, Montana State.
Final.
Twisted on Montana State, but maybe the over. And Nuke says 1-0 USA. Here's Montana State for James Parm. And Greg Gibson likes it 75-71 there for Montana State. I'll take Montana State in this one. Okay, not much of a preview here, I guess. Maybe I can read off some numbers in case you don't agree with me, but I've already taken here the over in this one with Cal Santa Barbara and UC Davis because that steam came in and didn't want to wait on it here and wait for this part of the show. I just want to mention that I was on the over here between Santa Barbara and UC Davis. Here for UCSB, they come in 15-7. They're on a winning streak right now. Meanwhile, UC Davis has been alternating wins and losses here of late. Santa Barbara comes in having won 6 straight. They're 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 overall. They've actually failed to cover in 5 straight games against Davis. 8 of the last 12 games for Santa Barbara have gone under. UC Davis has gone under in 5 of their last 7 games. Davis is 8-4 straight up in their last 12. They're 8-3 straight up in their last 11 at home. They are, however, just 5-12 straight up in the last 17 games at home against Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara usually comes in here and knocks them around a little bit. Currently, the standings in the Big West currently show that Santa Barbara is 8-3, tied with Hawaii, half a game back of Irvine. UC Davis is 6-5 right now, trying to close in on them a little bit, but Santa Barbara's been hot. And I guess I'm on the over because I'm already on the over. Let's see what you guys have here in this one. If anything, VAR is on UC Davis, but 9 Legacy is on UCSB. All right. All right, just seeing if we can see if we can get any more trades, man. Come on, I'm trying to make some news here. Okay. Here we go. Man, okay, sorry about that. Okay, we got your plays in. Let me keep going here right now. A few more, and then we'll get to the hockey. Sorry about that. Here we go. UT Arlington taking on Utah Tech. Here, every little move of these tweet decks has me thinking it's going to be the next big trade. I got to stop paying attention to our show here, huh? Let's go out to the Western Athletic Conference here with UT Arlington taking on Utah Tech. Utah Tech's they're hosting Arlington for the second time this season, but there's only 7 teams in this league. So in order to make a bit of a balanced schedule here a little bit, they've got to kind of play each other twice. So Utah Tech has already played UT Arlington once this season at Utah Tech. Utah Tech comes in having won 3 straight games right now over Tarleton, Abilene, and Southern Utah. They were covered the spread in all those. In fact, they were underdogs against Abilene and Tarleton here. Utah Tech is 12-9 against the spread. UT Arlington 12-7 against the spread. 6-4 against the spread on the road. For Utah Tech here in this one, they've gone under in stand by here. Computer going slow. They've gone under in 4 of their last 6 games. Also, 4 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Arlington's gone under in 12 of their last 16. UT Arlington has won 5 of the last 6 in this series with Utah Tech. They've also won 6 of their last 8 and covered 6 of their last 8 overall. Utah Tech is 4-1 straight up and against the spread in their last 5 games coming in. Like I said, these two teams did already meet here this year. It was just a few weeks ago, and Arlington actually won the game 58-52 as a 1.5 point dog on the road, but they were able to manage the win there in that one. This total has been dropping on some widely reported steam. Currently, the line sits at Utah Tech favored in this one by 1.5. The total 138.5 or so. Here, let's hear from you in the chat. See if you have a winner for me here with Texas Arlington and Utah Tech here tonight. Like I said, this one's been going down, but it feels like it's still got some room to breathe a little bit. I'm going to go with the under in this one with Arlington and Utah Tech. I'm taking the under. UT Arlington is 5-14 to the under so far this season. 3-8 to the under as an underdog. 3-7 to the under on the road. Give me the under. Hello to Jimmy Lambo in there. Thank you, Jimmy. Well, we could always suggest maybe if someone wanted to get some more plays to go over to winnable.com. Thanks, Jimmy. A bar here is on UT Arlington. Greg Gibson says Utah Tech by 2. He also says Tech and the under there. Hey, that's it for college basketball for the previews there tonight. Hopefully got some good games in there with you guys. I'm going to go to the hockey right now and wrap up the first half of the season. We know that all the teams have played over their complement of games coming in, but okay. Okay. I might have missed a trade in there. Did I really miss a trade? Okay, here we go. We did miss one. There was also Knicks acquired Dallin Terry from the Bulls for Yabusele. I think that was today. And also, man, how did I miss this one? I mean, I'm looking out the corner of my eye the whole time, but there is one other deal that did come in here just a short time ago. And we talked about Desumu, so let's see what it is here. Okay. All right. Minnesota traded Rob Dillingham, Leonard Miller, and 4 second-round draft picks to Chicago for Ayo Dosunmu and Julian Phillips. And that was, I guess an hour ago. So I missed that one. Sorry about that. All right. Well, Dasumo's got to be the big guy in there, right? I mean, he can rebound, shoot the three a little bit, is a good passer as well. So that does help the Wolves backcourt. Not sure what Chicago was doing there, but that was the deal anyway. Feels like it was a shocker there, really, for the Bulls to um, do that. Okay, so Io to the Timberwolves, huh? Okay. All right, let's go to the hockey here tonight. And here we go. With this 7-game card, started off with the Predators here on the road taking on the Capitals. NHL action here for Thursday, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Nashville here on the road. They are an underdog. This one's not that high. I think it's actually a little bit lower than this. Capitals are probably down to about $1.65 here max, it feels like, in the total, 6.5 flat maybe. So yeah, about a 20-cent move to the Predators in this one. There we go. Washington comes in here winning 3 of their last 4. Looks like Logan Thompson will be in there. I know the other day I was discussing on this show, right? I did mention, I said, oh, look at the Caps are going to have to bring up their 3rd and 4th string goaltenders. What I didn't realize was that Logan Thompson had been placed on the injured reserve list retroactive to January 27th. That makes him eligible to get off of the injured list today, fortunately, for the Capitals, because they were getting kind of sketchy there a little bit. Doesn't mean it's going to be a great situation here against the Predators here. I've been loving betting on these Predators right now, but we'll see what happens here with this one with Justice Annunen. He's definitely in there. We know that. Annunen, 5-6-2 with a 3.17 goals against and an 88.5% save percentage. He will get the start in here for the Predators here tonight. Like I said, I was on a show last night kind of touting the Predators here, and I just might do it again. Missing out on 20 cents here. I just like the Predators in this game, and we're not getting the best price anymore, and I'm still going to take them here on as my play on the morning steam. I'm taking the Predators tonight. Here we go with 4-3 Capitals, says Greg. Well, so much for my pick. I'm taking the Predators in this one. All right. Next up. Well, let me at least that was unfair. Let me at least cover a little bit of numbers here for you guys. I just was no one comment in the chat. Maybe I need to read the trends here, right? All right, for the Predators here, they come in having won just 3 of their last 9 overall, but they've beaten Washington in 12 of the last 17 meetings. Nashville's gone over in 9 of their last 11, including 5 of their last 7 on the road. Meanwhile, Nashville and Washington have gone under in 8 straight meetings between these two teams. Washington's just 2-6 in their last 8 at home against Nashville. I'm going to go with Nashville. All right, R. Thompson went with the over. All right. Next up, Penguins on the road here taking on the Sabres. Sabres favored here in this one. Let's see, about $1. This one's gone down too. Just feels like these underdogs just take more and more action. At least $1.25 minimum here, 6.5 over 20 in this one. And we got the Penguins on the road here taking on the Sabres. Good game here with the way the Sabres have been going right now. Although they've lost 2 of their last 3 games coming in. They're coming in off a loss to Tampa Bay, 4-3 last time out on the road. But they played pretty well in that game. They've been play pretty well in every game. Do the Buffalo Sabres right now? They're the story of the league, it feels like. Buffalo here comes in having won 9 of their last 12 at home, 6 of their last 8 overall. But Pittsburgh's won 6 of their last 8, and they've won 6 of the last 9 meetings against Buffalo overall. Pittsburgh's also won 4 of their last 5 on the road. Buffalo's gone over in 11 of their last 16. Pittsburgh's gone over in 7 of their last 10, and 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone over. But I don't know if it's going to go over necessarily here in this one. The two teams met back in November. Pittsburgh won at 4-2 at home in that one. Pittsburgh, one of the best road teams in the league, 15-7 on the road, but Buffalo 17-7 at home here. Let's see what you've got in this one between Pittsburgh and Buffalo here. The vice president is at the game here right now with the United States holding his daughter there and talking with some folks there. I can't quite recognize. I see also Marco Rubio also there sitting with him. So they're taking in the game here in Italy probably before they head down to, I don't know who's going in those Iran nuclear talks, but I think Rubio's going, right? So maybe they're going, they stop in, just stop by at the hockey game first, then we'll go try to talk a nuclear deal that's falling apart. Okay, what you got here in this? You say come for the sports and stay for the crazy commentary. All right, let's see what you have here in this one with Pittsburgh and Buffalo here. I'm going under. I'm going under here in this one with Pittsburgh and Buffalo. I'm not sure on this side. Well, I might be saving it for a premium, actually. Let's get real here. Pittsburgh's been going under, like I said, here a bit of late. They've actually gone over in 7 of their last 10, like I said, but they did go under in the loss to Ottawa the other night, and they also beat Vancouver 3-2 recently. But give me the under with Pittsburgh and Buffalo. All right, it's more the eye test. It doesn't, the trends don't favor, I don't think, the under in this one. Greg's got Buffalo 4-2. Art Thompson's on the Sabres here. Why didn't I just take the Sabres here? Oh, maybe because I have a premium. 9 Legacy, Washington puck line, Pittsburgh money line. Thank you to 9 Legacy for those picks in the chat. All right, we're moving along here right now. Next up, Ottawa Senators on the road taking on the Philadelphia Flyers. Oh, there we go. Ottawa taking on Philadelphia in this one. Ottawa on the road here. About $1.30, even higher. Man, they're up to $1.40 here right now. The Senators taking the action here, it feels like, against the Flyers in this one on the road. There we go. Man. Ottawa here's won 4 of their last 5. They've won 8 of the last 10 against Philadelphia, and they've won 5 of the last 6 games here in Philadelphia. Flyers have lost 4 of their last 5 and 6 of their last 7 overall, although they are coming in off of a win here. Ottawa's on a long winning streak, and they were on that 4-game winning streak and then lost to Carolina 4-3 on the road. Meanwhile, Philadelphia was on a 4-game losing streak and they beat Washington last time out. Philadelphia 13-9 at home, Ottawa 13-12 on the road. These two teams met back in November. Ottawa won here in Philly 3-2. In that game, Ottawa's won 4 straight overall in the series between these two teams. Getting excited here. Let's see what you got in this one. I believe it's going to be Ullmark and Vladar. Here, Vladar is confirmed. He's 17-8-5 with a 2.49 goals against and a 90.5% save percentage. And let's see how you have this one. Senators and Flyers here on Thursday night. And it's going to be Philly on the puck line here for VAR and Flyers money line for 9 Legacy. Oh boy, okay. I'm on Ottawa here, I'm afraid. Give me the Senators here on the road in this one. I'm taking Ottawa. Art Tom's on the Flyers as well. Oh boy. I guess I'm on the other side of the chat here. There's Robert. He's with me. Robert and I will be taking the Senators here. Okay, next up. Okay, the Hurricanes are on the road, taking on the Rangers here, NHL action Thursday night. For the Rangers, they come in here right now with the record of 22, 28, and 6. We know it hasn't been going good for the Rangers at home. Meanwhile, for Carolina, playing pretty well. They've won 2 straight. They're 35, 15, and 6 overall right now, back-to-back wins here over LA and Ottawa. The LA game did go to overtime. The Ottawa win was in regulation, but I don't know. Carolina's played well enough to win, obviously, here in these last few games. I don't think they've looked that great, but hey, they picked up the win. That's all that matters. Rangers, meanwhile, I thought they looked pretty decent in those games against the Islanders and Pittsburgh. They've lost 3 in a row. I thought they played pretty well in those games. But still, the Rangers have lost 6 of their last 7. They've lost 5 of their last 6 at home here. Carolina's won 6 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams, including meeting back in late December. Carolina won it at home 3-2, although the Rangers did come in. Of course, they did on the road, right? Rangers went in there and beat Carolina 4-2 back in November. Carolina also won a road meeting at the Rangers in November 3-0. Carolina here is 14-7 on the road, a good road team. And they're also the Rangers 6-14 at home. We know where they've struggled has been at home here for sure. But let's see what you have here in this one with Carolina and the Rangers here. Carolina's gone under in 5 of their last 7 games on the road, but the Rangers have gone over in 7 of their last 9. Rangers are just 8-16 to the under at home, however. And let's see how you have it in the chat between Carolina and the Rangers. It looks like Bussi and Quick, and Bussi has been one of the best here right now this season. He is confirmed to be the goalie here. He's 22-3-1 with a 2.24 ERA. Meanwhile, Jonathan Quick comes in here 3-13-2 with a 3.24 goals against. So a little bit of a mismatch here maybe in this one. Give me the over with Carolina and the Rangers. I'll take the over in this one at 6 goals. Oh, is it 6.5? No, it's not. If it is 6.5, I'll leave it at 6.5, but I got to be at least fair to myself. It's at least 6.5 under 15. It's really probably 6.5 under 20. I'm even showing DraftKings 6.5 under 25. So maybe I could take a little plus money, but probably really I'll go 6 over 25 or 30 when I bet this. But go ahead and grade me at 6.5 here. In this one, and I'll take the over tonight. Bussey's been great, but we'll see. The Hurricanes might light up quickie here in this one. I don't mind actually the rain. These are the last games, like I said, and you heard what Mike has said. Teams just do not care right now, and this actually could be a spot for the Rangers on the puck line. It's not a great price, even at plus $1.85 or whatever they're at right now, but maybe the Rangers will cover the puck line here in this one. I don't think they'll win, but this one probably will be 3-3, 4-4. Look how many games last night. Some of those games were getting a little bit goofy, and I think the same thing's going to happen tonight, right? Last night, what were some of those games? Minnesota and Nashville was 5-5. Boston and Florida was 4-4, right? St. Louis and Dallas was 4-4 at one point. Edmonton, Calgary. So we saw some games that got that we're tied with a high score, and I just think we'll end up in some of those situations again here tonight. Hey, Lindenwood is taking some steam right now here in college basketball. Why not update these a little bit here with Lindenwood? Lindenwood is taking the steam in their matchup against UALR. Lindenwood was getting 1.5, but right now Lindenwood has moved to at least a pick 'em here in this one right now against UALR. And the current line there is now at, I'm showing DraftKings has gone to -1.5. I'm sorry, I'm showing a pick 'em here right now at circa. Okay, next up. Let me go to the chat here a little bit. Canes, team total over for Philly Eagle Flyer. Here's Barr on the under. R. Thompson's on the under. Philly Eagle Flyer says Caps money line, team total over. Robert likes the Rangers on the puck line. I'm probably going to take the Rangers on the puck line, maybe when I get around to it. Greg here, 4-3. And 9 Legacy Rangers money line. And Greg says when he takes the Canes, they lose. So, okay. Hey, just a heads up. Within the next couple of minutes, this is another non-sport. You know me and my news, and everybody gets all mad when I start talking news. But I'm a new, wannabe newsman. But there's going to be a press conference here momentarily in Arizona on the Guthrie mom situation. So it will be off the air here, but I hope we get some good news. We're praying, of course. We don't want to see anything like that right now, but there is going to be a press conference here coming up shortly about that situation. I don't think we've heard just yet, but maybe there will be something going on there right now. And all right, next up, Islanders and Devils here, NHL action for Thursday night. Got the Islanders on the road here, going up against the Devils here right now. And so sad, says Art. I know that, I don't know, maybe I watched too much Ashley Banfield and Nancy Grace coverage, and maybe that's my bad, but it does feel like the son-in-law, doesn't it? I mean, it feels like a botched, like the son was trying to extort money, ended up injuring her or possibly killing her somehow, and leaving the house right there with the trail of blood. The speech last night, the situation with talking about, like directly at the man there, Tomaso, feels like they were talking right to him, doesn't it? In that video. Okay, let's not dwell on that. We don't like to get all sad. Hey, some steam came in on the Brooklyn Nets just a few minutes ago. I already said I was on them here on the morning steam, but the steam just came in on Brooklyn, and now what was about a 10-point spread, right, is down to 9 here as Brooklyn is taking the steam. I imagine there were probably some personnel-related matters with that game that has caused Brooklyn to kind of take, because we know the Magic are far better, but that thing opened as high as 11.5 or 12, down to 9 now as Brooklyn's been taking the action here. Did the U.S. just score, or was that the earlier goal? 2-0 U.S. Let's go. Nuke, we need more. You out there? Okay, Islanders and Devils here in this one. We've got the Islanders on the road here, 31-21-5. Devils, 28-26-2. Devils have lost 2 straight games right now to Ottawa and Columbus here. Islanders off of a win over Pittsburgh 5-4 last time out. That one did go overtime, but the Islanders got the win there in that run. This one's pick 'em here right now. In fact, the Devils were favored, but the Islanders, Devils are still a few books a slight favorite, but it is mostly a pick 'em around the dial. It looks like here right now the total 5.5 under it, probably even minus $1.20 or $1.25 or so right now coming into this one. So yeah, this one's been going lower here currently at 5.5 under 20. And wow, right through the 5 hole there. And you guys said it in the chat. That's a goal for Team USA. Let's go, Nuki. Hope you're still out there. And I laid them too. I laid these goals actually with 3.5. So let's get another goal. Okay, let's get your pick too, right here, right now, in this one between the Islanders and the Devils here with Sorokin, and I believe it's Allen. I think it's already been confirmed, or at least very probable that it's going to be Allen in goal here for the Devils, if I'm not mistaken. We did see this actually come in. Let's see if we got the official word here. Yeah, Jake Allen, likely here. Jake Allen, 12, 13, and 1, 2.68 goals against, and a 90.5% save percentage here in this one. For the Devils here right now, they come in with a 13 and 11 record at home. Islanders 22 and 15 as an underdog. Like I said, I don't know if they're necessarily an underdog anymore. Feels like a pick 'em. Islanders are 15 and 11 on the road. New Jersey's 9 and 17 to the under at home. Islanders are 11 and 18 to the under on the road. I mean, these two teams are mostly under teams, it feels like, given these numbers. The Islanders have gone under in 4 of their last 5 on the road. New Jersey's gone under in 7 of their last 10, including 6 of their last 7 at home. Islanders have beaten New Jersey in 6 of the last 7 meetings. They've won 4 of their last 6 overall. Islanders have won 6 of the last 7 at New Jersey as well. Not the same games. New Jersey's lost 4 of their last 5. New Jersey's gone under in 6 of their last 7 at home. I'm going to go with the under in this one with the Islanders and the Devils here tonight. Give me the under in this one. All right. And Philly Eagle Flyer can't bet the Olympics. Oh, my gosh. Although, Philly Eagle Flyer, you're not using Kalshi? Kalshi is not blocked in any state currently, despite what people might say. I don't believe so. R. Tomps here is on the Islanders. Polymarket's not in every state. I know that, but I think Kalshi is. But I know we like the sports book betting. I know what you're saying. Okay, and let's see here. I think that's it for that one. Let's move on here. Want to get done with the show and get you guys out of here. Panthers and Lightning here in this one. Got the Panthers on the road here at Tampa Bay minus $1.85 right now in this one, and the total here 6.5 for the most part right now. I think there's some juice here. In fact, yeah, that's what I thought. Mostly 6s, right? Mostly 6s right now. Let me update that line. Let's call it 6, and let's call it $1.75. So, yeah, there's been a move to the Panthers, it feels like right now. And, hey, look, this is a pretty great game here, given the situation. Florida playing a lot better. Yeah, they did lose 4 in a row, but they snapped that losing streak and won last time out against Boston, 5-4. They weren't playing very well. That was a shootout. Tampa Bay, meanwhile, we know that, feels like they moved to the top of the charts already here with this a 9-game home winning streak. They've won 18 of their last 20. Florida still won 13 of the last 20 meetings between these two teams, but Florida's gone over in 6 of their last 7. Power play for the U.S. here. And they've gone over in 4 of their last 5 on the road. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone over. I mean, these two teams feel like over teams, right? Florida, 16-9 to the over on the road. They're also 9-6 to the over as a dog. Tampa Bay's 24-21 to the over as a favorite, although they have gone under in 7 of their last 10 games coming in here. So let's see what you have here. It is a bit of a discount on Tampa Bay if that's your sort of thing here. Vasilevsky up against Tarasov. Here, I believe those are the goalies. For Vasilevsky here, he is confirmed 25-7-3, 2.2 goals against, and 91.5% save percentage coming in here in this one. And feels like the move's been on Florida. Kind of takes away from the puck line possibility here because they are now minus. It's not bad, minus $1.55 here. Let's see what you have in the chat, though, in this one. Kind of like the momentum here for Florida, but the price has kind of gotten away from them a little bit. Greg says 3-2 on Tampa. Billy Eagle Flyer says he'd have to go to Maryland for the FanDuel. But what about Cal? Is Kalshi not available, or just not an attractive option? Because we know you like so many specialty wagers, and the exchange markets are pretty basic. I know that's for sure. Billy Eagle Flyer likes the team total over. You can't find a team total right on the there. That press conference is just about to start, so let's get out of here. I want to watch that. Philly Eagle Flyer likes over 5.5 in a parlay here. I'm going to take Florida in an upset tonight over Tampa Bay. Let me try the Panthers here on the last day of the first half. Okay, we'll definitely consider that, Philly Eagle Flyer. I mean, it works. I'm on several. I mean, I'm in Vegas, and that's where the biggest fighting ground is between those market type apps. But I'm in there on Kalshi here, definitely. Always looking for the right edge there, and you got the Super Bowl line right there, money line there, but inside there's the spread on the Super Bowl. They got a 4.5 and 45.5. So, consider Kalshi. And other things. Look, I mean, what is Giannis's next team? Look at stays / retires is now minus 700 on these markets here right now. These markets, I mean, these are public markets, but that's pretty strong. That to me says not getting dealt. I keep looking for the big trade here, and it's not going to happen, right? All right. Robert Dixon in there. Oh, Czechia just scored right now. 3-1. Big goal right there for Czechia. I think the Olympics here, they officially referred to as Czech Republic still, or is it now officially Czechia and we just call them Czech Republic still because we're okay. Anyways, here, what's our last game here right now with the Kings taking on the Golden Knights tonight? And you got the Kings on the road. They're going to be an underdog here. Golden Knights are down to $1.30 or so right now, maybe even less. Got to update that line from $1.40. Feels like about $1.30 here in this one. The Kings have been kind of taking the action a little bit. The total here is it's not 6 over. If anything, it's 6 under. In fact, I'm seeing some 5.5 overs in this one between the Kings and the Golden Knights. Let's take a look at this one real quick, and then we'll get on out of here. Have a great sports betting day. Make sure you enter your name in for the contest. Just type something into the chat. We'll run that here right away. LA has defeated Vegas in 4 of the last 5 meetings. Vegas has dropped 5 of 6 coming into this one. The move, like I said, is obviously on the Kings here, a little bit on the road here in Vegas tonight. 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone over. Vegas has gone over in 10 of their last 15 at home, and they've gone over in 6 of their last 8 overall. 4 of the last 6 meetings here in Vegas between these two have gone over, although LA is 1-5 to the under their last 6 on the road, 1-4 to the under in their last 5 games overall coming into this one. Let's see what you've got. This is the last game, the standalone game before the postseason comes in. You know, at 6 under, I'm going to go under here in this one. Please give me 6 in this one. I know sometimes I'm like, oh, grade me at this tough line. I need it at 6 tonight, even if it is minus $1.20 or $1.25. I'm going to take the under in this one between the Kings and the Golden Knights. That's it for the first half, technically, of the season as we head into the Olympic break. We'll be picking games here, all Olympic break currently. For sure throughout the tournament. Like I said, we're already on some here. And, man, I was going to, look in. I was going to play the Canada-Finland game here. But, well, like I said, if you missed the news at the top of the hour, the game between Canada and Finland has been postponed for 1 week. They'll put this game at the end of the schedule. Hopefully, Finland can get their game in here in a couple of days. They're going to compress the schedule a little bit. Finland has the norovirus outbreak. Kind of sounds like we got COVID or something in there, but that's a stomach virus. And it is communicable there. Is that right? Did I say it right? I'm not a nurse. But I believe it's even though it is a stomach virus, because of the norovirus, it is a communicable virus. You don't want to go out there playing other teams. They said that they would only have 10 players if they were to play. Talking about Finland. They're sick. They're under the way. Hope it wasn't the food, because then, you don't want to have anything. Look, hopefully we don't have some type of there was worries and concerns more so about chemical. I don't know if you've been following this story in Las Vegas. We'll get out of here, but there was just about 5 miles maybe from me here. They've had a big deal here this week. A man was he had an Airbnb, but he owned it. He actually was having people in it, but they found in the home or in the basement or the back of the home that he had his own biohazard situation. He was trying to make some diseases. He was trying to make hepatitis, make diseases, airborne illnesses here a little bit that people would get. Really scary situation here in Las Vegas. You can read about it. It's all over the news here locally. You can just type it in there. Vegas biochemical bio illness. All right, let's see here. Kings money line for Robert. Our Thompson's on the under. Philly Eagle Flyer, like Vegas, team total over in there. My pleasure, Philly Eagle Flyer. Thanks always for all you do. You do more for me. Let me at least turn you on to something so you don't have to drive. And at least if you kind of get on a little bit of Olympics here, like I said, the Kalshi definitely has all the Olympic hockey in there for sure. I can kind of show that too real quick here. Right now they have all the Olympics and all those others as well. In fact, they have the live betting for the game between United States and Czech Republic here going as well. There, I don't even think there it is. I mean, it's such a big favorite, but they show the charts there a little bit. USA 99% chance to win this game here. There's not even a bid for the yes. So, okay. I think that's going to do it, gang. Thank you for a great show. I hope we're not missing anything here, but I want to thank everyone for joining me on the morning steam. We'll be back tomorrow, getting close to the Super Bowl. Hey, does anybody want to, watch me? I mean, look, we're giving Mike off. We're giving Jeff off. They get to watch these games. So Mike likes to watch it. But does anybody want to do a show? I'll just come on and kind of do a solo and watch the Super Bowl and maybe do my own play-by-play a little bit and cover the game, so you don't have to listen to those announcers. You can listen to me. Let me know what you think in the chat or send me a message if you want to do that. I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50. I like to watch the Super Bowl. I don't know if I have a party to go to or anything, so that's probably why I do it. Mike's got a bunch of friends and family probably to get together. I don't have anything like that. Believe it or not, Ramon's family doesn't like sports. I don't know how that happened, but mom liked sports and can't wait. Mom's birthday up in heaven coming up here in about 9 days or so. She's a Valentine's baby. She always said that's why she's such a sweetheart. So I can't wait to celebrate Mom's birthday on the air with you guys. She would have been, let's see, it should have been 79. Is that right? 79 this year. And I'll be passing here in just a few days also. I'll be just in a few days here passing outliving my mom as she passed away there. I thought she was 57, I want to say. Okay, probably should know that. All right. Hey, don't forget also check out underneath the live tab here, BB MMA Picks. We've got great action here this week in Las Vegas here at the Apex with Fight Night, Bautista versus Oliveira. Bantamweight feature, top 11 contenders here this week with Bautista making his first ever main event appearance. He's off of a loss to Umar Nurmagomedov via unanimous decision, but he's a plus 475 dog on that night, snapped his 8-fight win streak, but he wins pretty well, so he earns the shot here. He's actually the 9th ranked contender up against Brazilian Vinicius Oliveira. He's off of a win over Kyler Phillips. Phillips is actually Bautista's teammate, so that makes it interesting. Also, before that, he defeated Syed Nurmagomedov as a dog last February. We also previewed that fight. Syed Nurmagomedov takes on Javid Basharat, whose brother is also fighting on the card. Also, we previewed a ladies bantamweight bout. So check out BB MMA Picks, and I think we are going to be here for that this weekend, of course, with Mike and Jeff here on Saturday night for that UFC card from the Apex in Las Vegas and that main event between Bautista and Oliveira. All right, and that is going to do it here for the morning steam. Let's bring in Mikey, actually, for the commercial, and then we'll have the drawing here. Hey, type something in the chat if you want to be eligible for the drawing right now. Mikey?
Hey, it's Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
Okay, we've set it underway here. We're going to get the winner right now of 1 month worth of my subscription here to Winnable. And who's it going to be? It's going to be Nine Legacy wins again. Thank you for everything, Nine Legacy, and all of your great picks all the time. I'll put another month on your subscription if you're already signed up. If not, use the promo code WINNER to get 1 month, get that free month. Thanks a lot to Nine Legacy, our great contributor in the chat. All stars. All right. That's going to do it. Really appreciated everybody for being here with me. Have a great day here with all the action tonight. Make sure you're getting my subscription in there. We're heating up on the tennis front here. And also we'll take a look at action as well. More Olympics here today. Also underway is the curling here overall. So I don't know if you know this, but if you wanted to maybe bet some curling, I know a lot of you probably subscribe to Ken Palm ratings. And if you, though, maybe you have done this before, and I've mentioned it before on some of the shows, but if you did want to maybe bet a little curling or maybe learn a little bit more about the players, if you go to your Ken Palm, if you're a subscriber to Ken Palm, you go up to the upper left-hand corner and you're going to see a curling stone. It looks like it's moving. Ken Palm, not only do they have, and of course they do dunks and threes, we know that as well, but also right next to it is a curling stone, and Ken Palm actually does curling ratings. I don't know why, but other than probably likes curling very, very much. But curling ratings, men and women, are right on there. You'll see it. Rachel Homan, of course, atop the women there. So hey, you can check that out if you want to do some curling wagering. I don't know. All right, it's going to do it here. Thanks a lot, everybody. Catch you back here tomorrow. More Morning Steam. And for the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
It's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. Ramon Scott. Sports money. Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.